Well, good morning. I'm trying to give everybody a chance to kind of make this adjustment over. I don't know if you all can see me or not. I'll be looking for you in chat for those that might be able to come on. Appreciate you. Okay, I see a comment. Let's show. Good to see you, BTD mom. Good to see you. Okay, here we go. The Rebel Ink. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Y'all come on in. Come on in. Come on in. I had to go back to my trusty phone because the laptop was not going to cooperate with me this morning. And y'all know how technology is. It's real determination. Listen, listen, determination. We got that. I'm trying to find a good place where I can uh kind of set this up if I can. Let's see. Appreciate you all and your determination. You're back, Chris King G. Hey, Michelle. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good to see you. Good to see everybody that's coming in. I know I lost. Royal Confessions was she got Grandpa Holmes' chair this morning, so I definitely want to kind of give her a chance to come back in. And listen, Michelle is up bright and early this morning. I'm trying to tell you, she is up bright and early and I appreciate everybody for coming on up in the house this morning. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. You have joined me this morning. This is Regina L. Stillman, your spiritual thought leader, and I appreciate you for joining me on today. It's always good to come up in the house and chat with my friends. I love you so much. I'm trying to see if what all I have in resources over here. Because I try to keep it. Hey, SK, thank y'all for the biddies. Thank you for the biddies. Thank you for the biddies. I appreciate Michelle, SK, both of you all. Thank you so much. I know I've got a few more people out there that are coming in. I'm really waiting for Royal Confessions because I know she was out. Thank you for the biddies. Thank you for the biddies. I hope you all are having a great day. This is Tuesday, November the 10th in the year 2020. And I tell you what, I have really missed you guys. I really, really have. It's good to be back with you. I appreciate my friends. Thank you for the biddies. Thank you for the biddies. Thank you for the love. I appreciate all of you guys. This has been a wonderful week. I am tomorrow. I will have been here in Cali for 1 week and have had just a wonderful time with my friend who is recuperating from surgery. And so everybody that's jumped in and picked up the slack with the show again, my friends on Sunday at 6 o'clock, they had an awesome conversation. Thank you for the biddies. Thank you for the biddies. Um, I appreciate Tyrone, who took the helm for me on Sunday. I appreciate him. And of course, Rhonda and Jana and the Galactic Supervisor. They were all in the house and they held down the fort for us. And I really appreciate that from them. We are having a marvelous time. Of course, I'm pretty much here homebound. We're not in the streets and whatever. Making sure that my friend is well. And so far, it was great, SK. They did an absolutely awesome job. They really, really did. I'm very, very grateful for what they accomplished in that conversation. I enjoyed watching it here in sunny California. And yes, for those of you that may not know about it, that is Yes You with Friends every Sunday night at 6 p.m. We'll be back this Sunday once more and again. We'll be back in the house having more conversation. It's always a good thing to have conversation with my friends and to hear what they have to say. And of course, both of our platforms, whether it's me with friends or whether it is here on Yes You O Cubed 101, just me and you. Even when it's 101, excuse me, it is definitely the conversation that I enjoy, the interaction that you all give me, talking back to us, whether it's me with friends or me one-on-one. It's always a good conversation. My voice wants to do something a little strange this morning. And yes, I said sunny California. So you all, my apologies for the technical difficulties, but I'm just glad to be here. And I appreciate your determination, your persistence to get here and be here with me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate that. Um, I want to say yes. It is 4 o'clock in the morning here in sunny California. So, I guess 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. We've come on into the 5 o'clock hour. There's Royal Confessions. I was waiting for you to get here, girl. I was waiting for you to get here because Royal Confessions is our winner of Grandpa Holmes's chair. She was the first one in the studio. As soon as I put it up, she was there. So y'all give her hand claps. Y'all give her applause. I don't have all my sound effects with me just yet on today. They're in my computer, but I didn't think I was going to be here on my phone. But listen, determination. I want y'all to understand that's the story of our lives as a people. That's my story of my life as an individual. You don't ever give up. You don't ever give in. Oh, you were lurking. Okay. You were just lurking. I know you on that job of making that big long money. But I appreciate you for lurking. But I definitely wanted to give you props and give you accolades for being the winner of Grandpa Holmes's chair this morning. That's right. Take a sip of coffee. No cream, no sugar. We tells it like it T-I-Z. Tis over here. That's what we do at Yes You OQ, one-on-one, just me and you. Well, as I get started this morning, there is so much that has happened in this week since I've been away. I think we did have chat Thursday, Friday, and over the weekend. Excuse me. But oh my goodness, where do we start? Where do we begin? There's so much going on right now. And while we slumbered, slept, and slobbered, I tell you what, I looked, I'm going to start here. This is not something that happened last night, but if you all get a chance, Sherri Shepherd has a post that she put up, and it is just absolutely hilarious. She's really giving her personal account of trying to homeschool her son. I want to say it came about November 2nd, 3rd, 4th, somewhere around about. But I all kinds of shenanigans have gone on, BTD Mom. All kinds of shenanigans have gone on. I want you to go out and check out Sherri, because the reason why I bring it up is because one thing that's real about it, she tells some stuff that I'm sure many, many parents are feeling right now as they are trying to struggle and navigate this whole scenario of trying to homeschool. And the funny thing about it, child, let me tell you, besides saying that her body parts are lonely, she's trying to raise this young man on her own and do the homeschooling piece. And she talks about all of the different things that happen during the course of the day. The parents pulling on, the teachers pulling on her. And she's getting all of these different videos, messages, emails, just nonstop. She said, I'm just comatose. I just don't know what to do. I just can't, I can't think. I can't anything. She said, I just want to check out. I didn't sign up for this. This isn't what I came here for. And I am very, very aware. And I wanted to start with this story because it is funny. If y'all get a chance, I was going to cue it up and try to roll it for you. But if you get a chance, go out there and look at it. And Sherri Shepherd is absolutely hilarious in her. But the thing that makes it so funny is that I don't think she's playing. I think she is genuinely frustrated and all the way to the limit trying to homeschool this young man. And of course, just the fact that they've been locked up with each other in this house since March. She talks about how she really didn't think it was going to go this long. She is not a cook. She does not like to cook. She started off that first scenario with the fast food, but after a while, fast food is no longer healthy and it's no longer practical to your pocketbook. So all the perils of that, and I'm feeling her pain because listen, I am close to some individuals that right now are going through changes, trying to do the whole homeschooling scenario with their children. And I know that they are just as frustrated. Sherri looks like she's ready to pull off that wig and cry. She is so on point with the fact that I didn't sign up for this. This was not what I expected. And I surely didn't want it to go on this long. Had no idea it was going to go on this long. Now, I don't have any children. Even my nephews, they're all grown. So my sisters, they're not going through this issue as well. But there are people that are in the midst of a real struggle right now, y'all, because this whole schooling, hey, Jonna, pull it out and let it go, Sherry. Pull it out. I'm glad to see you this morning, Jonna CPW. I'm sure there are a lot of people, as Jonna can probably attest, they are feeling Sherry's pain. They are feeling that pain, and that pain is real. She said, and then the dog came out and pooped all over the carpet. And that's a whole saga of comedy in it of itself, because the reality to that homeschooling scenario, not only am I trying to teach my kids, I'm also trying to run my job. I'm trying to take care of everything I need to do from the home. So she says, well, then she's got this situation with the dog that has now pooped all over the cold carpet. Then she goes down to try to rent. You used to be able to do rent a rug doctor. That's what it was. You could go down and rent one of those. Well, now with COVID-19 going on, you can't do that either. So she was like, so now she's got to go back home without the rug doctor, and she's got to figure out how to clean up this carpet. Well, yes, I have to do it myself. Because how did that come about? Because the dog ate the burrito that she put in the microwave for her son. It was a whole situation, Michelle. It was a whole situation. The dog has to go. She loves that dog. She's not gonna part from that dog. It wasn't the dog's fault. Fart. That was a Freudian slip. It wasn't the dog's fault. I keep saying fart. Somebody must need to pass some gas this morning. So at the end of the day, she is like, the dog ate the burrito that she warmed up in the microwave, because after she got tired of doing the whole scenario of the fast food, then they were like, go get you some microwavable stuff and just throw it in the microwave. So she puts this in the microwave, she heats it up and sits it on the plate, and before her son can get to it, the dog eats it. Well, it gives the dog the runs. So hey, DJ Varmar, good to see you in here this morning. And thanks for the cracks, because, honey, we like to put a smile on your face. This is Yes You OQ, one-on-one, just me and you. And we tell it like a TIZ tears. And this is like a TIZ tears for Sherry Shepherd. She's like, listen, y'all, this is real serious stuff going on in these homes. We trying to survive life. And then in the meantime, she's lonely in her parts. So at the end of the day, this dog has got all of this crapped all over the floor. She's trying to clean it up. So then she dismisses her son from homeschool, because you're going to come in here and help me clean this mess up. Son is mad. They got all this going on. Well, long and short of it, y'all, there are a whole lot of parents that are feeling just like Sherry, and they are stressed out. Listen, Jonna, CPW, I want to say to you, our hats are off to you. You got all kind of love coming, stressed. I'm telling you, SK, they are stressed. You got all kind of love coming to you, because while we're telling this story and it's somewhat comical to us, I'm sure you got your own stories that you could tell, as well as any other parents out there that are in this horrendous situation trying to homeschool your kids right now, even as we speak. So listen, we give you all kind of accolades. Good morning, DJ Varmar. We give you all kinds of love. We're sending you all kinds of energy, because listen, this is, as SK 8843 say, this is stressed. Folks are stressed, and this is real stuff. And I wanted to open up with that this morning, because it was comical. It is absolutely hilarious. And as you said, Jonna, snatch the weave, the wig, anything else you got to snatch off, whatever you got to do to survive. We're sending prayers to all the parents that are homeschooling, because it's a real serious situation, no doubt about it. I was happy to see, yes, sending you all the love, love, Jonna CPW. At the end of the day, even that addresses some points that I want to kind of move into. The fact that, as she said, she had no idea that when we started talking about sheltering at home, that it was going to be anywhere close to this long of a time frame that we were going to be in this COVID-19 situation. COVID-19 is the way. Yeah, we're here for you. We're here for you, Jonna. We are here for you. And every other parent that's out there, feel the love, feel the love. Man, from March to November, we could have had this under wraps. That's right, y'all. Send Jonna love. Because listen, I know she's got stories to tell herself without a shadow of a doubt. If we could have just put on some masks, y'all. I'm looking at the president-elect, Joe Biden, who has come out on yesterday, straight out the gate, uh, really showing where his heart and where his agenda is. And that is, listen, let's put on a mask. It's not a political issue. There's not any kind of negativity that is attached to that daggum mask. Put it on. Would you please put it on? Because if we had done this back in March, if we had, as he said, followed the science, I believe that this whole homeschooling situation could have been turned around. The way that we have to shelter at home still, and we're still on the rise. You all saw where Utah, God bless them, and let's send our prayers and our energy and our love out there. Put on the mask and stay home. You hear what you're saying, Chris? I'm 100% with you. Put on the mask and keep your tail at home. There is nothing that pressing that you have to get out and do. And so, yes, there is that hurt and that hole that I'm going to say we feel with the holidays coming up. Thanksgiving is right around the corner. And we're saying, we're in a situation where no, we're not trying to encourage you all to congregate with your families. And because, again, one of the things that they identify about COVID, it loves when we stay home and start getting enclosed and enclosed close quarters, because it's easily spread that way. So we need you to understand, as painful and as hurtful as it may be, my sisters, they were communicating with me on yesterday. Hey, it's the consensus of the fam. We need to stay home. We need to, do what we need to do to make the modifications and adjust. But the idea of traveling over the highways and the byways to everybody congregate and come home and meet up under that one roof for that one meal, that's not going to happen this year because y'all won't put on a mask. Oh my God. And so it's like, and I'm singing to the choir here because I'm preaching to the choir here because I think everybody that's under the sound of my voice, we're doing everything that we can to make sure we can put an end to COVID-19. But you still got those that have politicized this and weaponized it to make it an issue for separation. And I'm not going to do it. And you can tell the Democrats, because the Democrats are all wearing. Come on, Chris. I thank you. It's like, listen, pay attention so that we're not still here. Listen, because January the 20th of 2021, I want to be in the streets celebrating the evaporation of the orange mist. Can the orange mist please evaporate? Be gone. Leave. We don't want you. We don't want you back. We didn't want you the first time. Yes, come on, BTD mom. All kinds of praise. Hands up. Hallelujah. Glory to Jesus. Thank you, God. Be gone. And all the flies sitting on Pence's head. Get all of your friends. Get all of your devils. Get all of them. Goodbye and good riddance. Listen, let's go. Get out. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Come January the 20th. Get to stepping. Get your stuff and go. Listen, that brings me up to evaporation of the orange dust. That's what I said. That's exactly what. And the evaporation of the orange mist. Be gone. Be gone. I'm going to do Apollo White. Be gone. Ucka, bucka, hooka, bucka. Obo, Coco, Homo, No, Jojo, Lolo, Momo, So, Coco, Roro, Dodo, row your boat. Oh, that's my Paula White imitation. That woman, can somebody please get some medication for my sister? My sister needs medication, y'all. Something is wrong with her. And then better yet, if that wasn't bad enough, we And Ethel created a song to say, get out. Then you got, wait a minute. Then you got Kenneth Copeland. They said Joe Biden was the president. These are the church folk, y'all. These are the crazy people. I'm gonna set this phone right here because I keep moving it around. Because while I'm trying to talk, while I'm trying to tell this story, y'all, because this is some crazy stuff going on. These folks have lost their ever loving mind. Let me put it up so y'all have to see I'm a cleavage. These folks have lost their ever loving minds. I'm like, are you kidding me? Have you lost every piece of your mind? And then the congregation starts standing up. And I said, we just need to go around. Baby, it sounded deranged and demonic. You ain't even lied. We need to just go around with whatever pills we can get from the psychiatrist. And when they pass the offering plate, they just need to put those pills in the offering plate and have take two and call your psychiatrist in the morning. These jokers have lost their minds. Listen, crack, it kills your brain cells. Rogue confessions, the brain cells are gone, baby. The brain cells are gone. And listen, that's how the GOP got spirit. That's how that spirit does the folks. That is a demonic spirit. It is a demonic spirit. Now, while I'm laughing, I am ever so serious because those jokers are crazy. Those jokers have lost their minds. And this is the thing. I touched on this. Black churches, and I'm not being racist here, but I'm trying to identify, keep your culture, keep your identity. You do not have to assimilate. You do not have to try to be like everybody else, because at the end of the day, I saw from the 70s to the 80s when we started again all this assimilation and trying to be like our evangelical brothers and sisters and trying to have church like our evangelical brothers and sisters, trying to preach like our evangelical brothers and sisters. If y'all keep on, y'all gonna be crazy like your evangelical brothers and sisters. Because, baby, that's some insanity. And at the end of the day, I want to come here because this is real stuff. I try to talk about real stuff. And I know if y'all get offended, I can't help it. Because I drink my coffee black. No cream, no sugar. I takes it black because I tells it like it T-I-Z-tis. Yes, I do. So at the end of the day, this is part of the problem. These jokers have to try to come up with some shenanigans. You know why? Because almost all insane in the membrane. Come on, John CPW. Insane in the membrane. Listen, we're going to be ourselves and God loves us just the way we are. I hope that if we have any other takeaway, because this is one thing that I'm not going to lie. What has burned me up about this whole scenario and this whole season, we have laid our pocketbooks on their offering tables. We have bought their books. We have driven to their conferences. We have paid our monies to put cash in their pockets while they fly around in jets and we go back home and can't hardly pay our bills. We've done all of this foolishness. We've tried to assimilate and copycat and do all of that stuff. And at the end of the day, these folk do not like you. Now, I want us to identify, and when I say that, I'm talking about the core of that power broker group. There are some that I believe are genuine with all of their hearts. They are just as genuine as they can be. And some of them are still genuinely racist, even though they genuinely love the Lord. Now, how you marry those two things together is beyond me. But at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say to Black folk, we almost got rid of our whole culture in the Black church to try to assimilate what they were doing in the evangelical arena and copycat. And we lost a lot of our power trying to imitate something that's not even us. It's not even us. And at the end of the day, while I understand the coming together that says, how can we bridge the gap where we can come together and you worship the way you worship, I worship the way that I worship, and we worship together. I'm not by any means trying to say, let's keep division, because I feel like the segregation that goes on Sundays is an indicator that we have not come beyond our racist ways. We're always being followers and not leaders, Chris. And for some reason, we always think they know better, they do better, they have better. They have better because they take from us and we give it to them. And then they take what we give to them and what they take from us, and they live well, and we're still struggling. So at the end of the day, you know, it's like, no, 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 no. We have been the creatives. We have been the ones that have, and at the same time, I'm death on Paula, because Paula came to the black church. Paula is pastor in the black church. If y'all remember the church she has now, she got from Pastor Timms, who was a black man who was on drugs, I believe, and killed himself, overdosed, whatever the case may be. And she got that church after her and her first husband went through whatever. And I'm not here trying to run through gossip. I'm here trying to address the facts of how we allow people to come in and take what. Now, you mean to tell me when Pastor Timms died, out of all of the people that were eligible and potential to take over that congregation, you get Paula White. Okay, Paula has been racist the whole time. If you pay attention to what people say, if you pay attention to how people act, like was said in Maya Angelou, and I keep saying this over and over again, people, when people show who they are, believe them. And for whatever reason, church has taught us to bury our head in the sand and act like we didn't hear what we heard. We didn't see what we saw. Yes, you did. You heard what she said. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Yes, I understand the words that are coming out of your mouth. And the words that are coming out of your mouth are racist, ma'am. And it didn't just start. Now, what Trump did, he allowed this to go to the hilt, to where what was hidden came to broad open daylight. And folks started saying, we can do whatever we want to do. We can say whatever we want to say because we got a president that has brought this to the forefront. Let's just go crazy. And so the sister has just gone crazy, but the woman's been racist the whole time. And I sat and I watched as she imitated black preaching. That, yes, that's how she got famous. She imitated black preaching. Listen, out of their mouths, the racist heart does speak. Absolutely, SK 8843. She imitated black preaching to the hill, and the black folks just get, and this is the thing that amazes me too. So you'll get white people that'll come and try to sing black music, and then the black people go crazy because, oh, she sounded black. Did you hear her? What do you mean that she sounded black? Okay, so imitation. And some people want to say imitation is the highest form of applause, of appreciation. And we eat it up, Chris. That's the thing that just throws me off. We eat it up. Now, when we go and imitate them, they know you don't get the applause. You don't get to going crazy. I'm glad he did, because it took the shades down. Now we see who you are. We see exactly who you are. From Kenneth Copeland, and he been racist the whole time. And I'm gonna say it again. Carlton Pearson has been talking nonstop about the racism that he experienced during his time. And he even talks about, I watched him last night, he talked about how even in that arena, the expectation was that he had to be Republican. And so his whole family, and I'm not trying to be partisan, but I'm talking about the influence, because this is the dogma that they teach from the inside. So as he was caught up in that fog, he said a lot of it he could not reconcile. And even last night, he was apologizing. He was like, you can become bewitched. You can become bewitched with this stuff because you're doing it under the guise of God and religion. But when you get finished, it's really, you've been carried away with the wind and doctrine that's not even God, and it's undercover racism all day long. And so he talked about how he went through that season and really was, I'm going to say, for lack of a better word, repentant in his conversation as to how he got caught up in that. But as he said, you got folks, he's on the air and somebody's giving him $50,000. Somebody else is giving him $100,000. They come up and they show up with all this money. They show up with all this support. And these are good brothers. These are good sisters. But at the same time, they have an agenda. Do you hear what I'm saying? At the same time, that 50,000 has an agenda. That 100,000, yes, I'm saying it's for your ministry and for your broadcast, but at the same time, it also is for that Republican vote, that you voted the whole time you were in that arena. And he addressed the fact the first time he voted Democrat again was when Obama ran. That was his first time after having gone to ORU and being swooped up. It's control. They always have an agenda, Chris. It's control. And that's what I'm telling you. I want you to become completely aware. We talked about trigger words the other day. Trigger words that they put out there in the atmosphere to incite a reaction from you. They've already decided, they've already determined what your action is going to be. And I tell you this, there are people that do get paid to sit down and think about. We call it marketing. It goes under all kinds of other labeling, but they sit down, they gather data about you. They try to get as much information about you so that they can figure out what trigger can we put out here in society to make them do what we want them to do. And at the end of the day, if we are not aware, if we're not conscious of what's going on, we'll become bewitched. Using Carlton's word, we'll become bewitched to that. And at the end of the day, SK 8843 is just control. We'll become bewitched. And listen, I'll tell you what, for anybody that is endeavoring to do something big, and you got people that are coming with $50,000, $100,000, it's time to wake up. It really, really is. When you have people coming with that kind of money, you have to really stay very, very conscious, because you can become caught up with the money and then begin to follow the money instead of following your heart, following whatever it is that God called you to do, following your dream, following your vision, following whatever. So by the time you get finished being bewitched by the money, bewitched by what appears to be camaraderie, what appears to be friendship, what appears to be all of these things. But the minute you don't toe the line, and the minute you don't follow the agenda that they put in front of you, all of a sudden, all of that is withdrawn. It is immediately like a vapor and just vanishes, just like blowing on a glass. That vapor is there for a minute, but it immediately dissipates and disappears. I'm telling you, we've got to, as we're coming into the new things and the new phases of living, because change has come, we've got to also bring with that a keen awareness to not get caught up with this kind of mess. Because at the end of the day, people that come with pocketbooks open don't always mean you good. That's a word for somebody. Whether you're an entrepreneur, whether whatever area you're going into and there's a pocketbook attached to it, it may be a position on a job, whatever the case may be, y'all pay attention to. We talked about it the other day. Intent. What is your intent? What is your motive? Why are you here? What are you about? So the brother gets to talking and he shares how all of this came about. And so this whole Republican agenda. Now, why am I saying this? Because when you see Paula White, when you see Kenneth Copeland, and that's where I was going. One of the reasons why we see this insanity right now, almost 95% prophesied that Trump was going to win. So you have this religious right that's now trying to bring their prophecy to pass. So you get the insanity of her out here, and this crazy prayer is just insane. I mean, I really am like, ma'am, you need medication. You really need medication. And then Kenneth Copeland, that brother, my prayers go out to all of them, and I'm not trying to be funny. My prayers literally go out to these individuals, because that's insanity. Listen, what you all saw was just what you saw. It's not, I heard some people that were saying, I think he's up in age now and he might be starting to become senile. That's not senility. What you saw was not senility. And even if he was senile, I want to challenge all the folks. And this is the thing. Did y'all notice this in that video clip? When they did that, they zeroed in on the black brother that was laughing too. Now, all the people in this church and all the people in this auditorium, and y'all want to go straight to the black brother. That's the first picture they showed. Listen, when she started calling on Mother Africa, and somebody said Mother Africa showed up. He knew what he was doing, Chris. He knew exactly what he was doing. We have so conditioned our minds. We have so conditioned our emotions, and we have been so conditioned by this system that when we see it, we don't even want to admit that's what I saw. What you saw was what you saw. Insanity. And yes, he knew what he was doing. And Monica, she knew what she was doing too. And Mother Africa showed up. Somebody said she showed up in Philadelphia. Mother Africa showed up in Georgia. Mother Africa showed up in Arizona. That ain't where she thought Mother Africa was going, but she showed up. And at the end of the day, I look at all of this and we keep saying 2020 and showed out. That's it, Monica. And show God will force their eyes open, and soon I believe because the covers will be pulled. Now, listen, so you know what the outcome, you talk about the covers being pulled. The covers being pulled absolutely showed out, and showed up not just for Paula. And listen, I pray for those who blindly follow too, because that is what puts us on the verge. And what am I still very, very concerned about? Trump, in his insanity and his crazy ways, still got almost 50% of this country to vote for him again. 50%, almost. So what does that say to me? They're talking about, the country divided. Because now, while they want to go all these other places, they want to talk about the economy. They want to talk about, y'all going to have to deal with the racism that's in this country. You're going to have to deal. So many people are following him, Chris, just as crazy. There's people right now today, and this is what I said yesterday, if you all saw my post. Follow him blindly, as crazy as it may be. I posted this on yesterday. If those ballots are illegal, and if Biden won his presidency and his office illegitimately, so did everybody else that was, because those House of Representatives, the Senate, all of those were on the same ballot. Now, if the same ballot, now come on now, listen, the same ballot, I can't, what is your argument? Because if they're all illegitimate and illegal, that means that everybody needs to vacate the seat and office they were elected to. Everybody needs to vacate, and we need to run this daggum election again. If all of the, so this is my thing, and this is the challenge I put out to those of the Republican Party that are still saying it's a fraud, because obviously the Democrats are not saying it's a fraud. Now, let me show you how slow-minded the people are, how slow-witted they are. It's the same ballot. Now, we're fighting for the Senate, and we lost the House. If we were, all the votes need to be vacated. Everybody, all the seats need to be vacated, BTD Mom. If it's the same ballot, how are you going to tell me it's illegal ballots for the president, but they're legal ballots for SLOW, Jonna? The folks are slow. Because at the end of the day, now follow this rationale. If the Democrats were up to dirty tricks, if they were Felix the cat, whenever he gets in a fix, he reaches into his bag of tricks. Some of y'all too young to know anything about Felix the cat. If they were going to pull Felix the cat, why wouldn't they win overwhelmingly and make a blue wall all the way across the board? Why would they just, come on now, I just want you to think. Why would they just pick the president, but then leave the senators and the House? Stupid. So can you say stupid? That is stupid. If the Democrats were pulling some kind of stunt like that, they would have made a complete blue wall. But no, we did not get the House. And we're fighting for the last 2 seats in the Senate to make that one. And listen, stupid, Chris, stupid. And this is the thing that I said, and I'm just absolutely shocked, stunned, and amazed. Who believes this stuff? Who actually believes this stuff? And the sad truth to be told, and I'm gonna say this because I saw a post this morning. It blessed my soul. It was a white sister, and she said, listen, I want to thank my black brothers and my black sisters and the Native Americans, because at the end of the day, the majority of white men voted for Trump, and 57% white women voted for Trump. And she said, and this man is a despot. He's the worst thing we've ever had. He's racist. He's sexist. He's everything bad that the country has to offer. And she said, and as a white woman, I'm ashamed to say that's what my people voted for. Come on. And I had to do a clap on that video as she sat with tears. And I want to send out shouts to our Native American and indigenous brothers and sisters, because those people showed up and showed out. Do you hear me? We're giving all kind of props and accolades. Now, I am a little disturbed. I am a little distressed because at the end of the day, 18% of young black male voters voted for Trump, and I'm mad about it. 18% of young black males voted for Trump. And we got a lot of work to do, because somebody is genuinely, the indigenous people did that thing. You hear me? The indigenous people came out in droves. I told you all on Friday, I was giving praise and accolades, and I keep talking about Sin Creek because the atrocity and the massacre that was done there, America needs to make that right too. When that young woman mounted all of her tribes together and went by horseback to vote at the polls in honor and memory of their ancestors, and they showed up and they showed out for Biden. They did. The indigenous people did that thing, and they need all kind of props. They need all kind of accolades. They need all kinds of cheers, because they largely made that happen. When you start getting into Arizona and those areas and states there where the indigenous people are still highly settled, thanks be to God for their energy to come out and do everything they could to get that orange dust out of office. But I'm still disturbed when I look at the number of young black males that are being swooned and swayed in their minds and in their thinking. And I have to believe, I'm going to come here, I have to believe that we need to do a better job in teaching our history, because if you don't understand your history and where you come from, I do believe you're doomed to repeat it. And when I looked at those numbers and the jump, that was a jump. I looked at the numbers that was going up amongst our young black male voters, and I said, what in the devil are we doing? We must start now and continue teaching our young people so they don't believe the lies. And then you got some of these, and that's where I it started this whole trend, because again, they showed the black man at Kenneth Copeland's church. The first cutaway they did was a young black man sitting there laughing. And I'm looking at him like, man, is you a fool or what? What is wrong with you? What are you doing? You sitting up here laughing like a madman, sitting under the auspices of this gentleman that acts like a madman, and all of this insanity that's against you as a person of color, and you're sitting there laughing. You are sitting there laughing. And Chris, I'm going to take your big old dummy and I'm going to put a spin on it, because I want to say dummy to the extent of almost like a ventriloquist with a dummy. I don't want to make it insulting, and I do understand what you're saying, but I want to take it to a whole nother level. We have black people and we have white people that are actually like dummies to a ventriloquist, who all they're doing is regurgitating and saying whatever the person that has charge of their mind, their lips, their body, all they're doing is providing a body. They're not providing a mind. They're not. If I only had a brain, I keep saying that. I keep the Wizard of Oz. If I only had a brain, oh my God. Some of these people, I'm just looking at them. And that's, listen, y'all gonna be mad at me, but I'm gonna tell it like it T-I-Z-Tis. Listen, no coffee, no sugar. I tells it like it T-I-Z-Tis. I absolutely positively do. So at the end of the day, I have to say, looky here, looky here. I am looking at church as having been religion, if you want me to go there, but whatever way you want to go with it, and particularly Christianity. And I am a Christian. I am in right relationship with God. So for everybody that's going to get nervous and say, oh, I think she's an atheist or something. No. But I also understand mind control. I also understand dominating people. I also understand making dummies out of people where they can't think, they can't move, they can't speak, they can't do anything except somebody that's in control do it for them. That's exactly what we have created too many times in these churches. We have made dummies. We have made individuals that have no ability to think for themselves critically, to be able to make an assessment. Listen, that Photoshop is to infer that Black people are in sync. And you are exactly right, BTD Mom. They will find the worst of us that are confused and in a state of derision. And then, listen, that's why they keep putting Ye out there. That's why they keep putting Kanye out there. They don't love that boy. They're putting Kanye out there because he has a problem. And he is someone that they can put out and say, look, this is what the Black people think. No, Ye doesn't represent us. Ye does not represent me. He's talking about getting some land over in Haiti and taking a group over there. I'm not going. We've already been down that road with Harvey. Listen, I'm not getting ready to get on the boat. I'm not going to Liberia. I'm not going to Haiti. I'm not going anywhere. God bless them. I'm glad they're people of color, but I am an American and I ain't going nowhere. Y'all gonna do right by me. That's what's gonna happen. You're going to straighten up and fly right. I'm not flying out. I'm not shipping out. I'm going to stay right here and y'all going to fly right. Ignorant and uneducated, Monica. That's exactly what it is. And so then as a result of that, and again, I'm going to say religion in the church has been the number one, or don't let me say number one because I haven't done a study, but I believe a definite main contributor to dummies, to creating dummies. Education is in there too. A useful idiot, a prop, a showpiece to push their agenda. And we ain't drinking the Kool-Aid. At the end of the day, we're not drinking the Kool-Aid. Don't pass that to me and say, let's have communion. It's not communion. You're not going to kill me with the Kool-Aid. And listen, y'all know how them communion cups, I just got a revelation. Them communion cups, and they let, so listen, this is Regina L. Stillman, your spiritual thought leader. And I tells it like a T-I-Z-Tis. Why do they want to have it in communion? They want to give it to you in little cups of poison. And every week you come in, you sip it down, you sip it. And next thing you know, your whole body is toxic. You understand? Don't want it. I don't want it. So at the end of the day, this is what I'm telling you. So when you hear all these trigger words, when you hear all of this insanity, when you hear all the, think for yourself. And as your spiritual thought leader, the one thing I am going to tell you is that God is love. And anything that's teaching contrary to that, and he's no respecter of persons, if God, thank you, Monica, we scoring up in here. We scoring. At the end of the day, if it is anything that means oppression to other people, don't take communion. Pass it up. Don't eat the crackers. Don't listen. That is not where we are at, y'all. It's a new day. It's a new way. It's a new place. Some of you have the keys to what's getting ready to happen now to bring in the new. Some of you are critical to what the change and transition is about. It's not going to be because somebody has all of the fame and the fortune. And listen, no. Now, speaking of fame and fortune, I do want to, God is about uniting and not dividing all day long, Chris. It's all about the love. I want to come here because while we talk about fame and fortune, there are those that have fame and fortune that are making it happen. There are those that have fame and fortune. I was telling somebody yesterday, I take my hat off to Viola Davis. She has done a marvelous job. How to Get Away with Murder. Listen, she has shown us how to get away with life. She's constantly pumping, talking, pushing that positive agenda to people of color. Now, I love everybody. I do. But people of color, our house is on fire. Somebody said that you want to talk about all lives matter. That's like saying to a fire truck that's coming down the street, go stop at all the houses. No, all the houses ain't on fire. This house is on fire. So all the houses don't need water. This house needs water. So we're looking at that element of saying, we need you to come into a place and an understanding that allows us to be concerned about our people. LeBron James, while they're making all kind of ugly and nasty jokes about LeBron has done an excellent job. Listen, all day long, we've got people out there that are using their voices and using what they have in the way of influence. But I'm trying to tell you, they're not the only influencers. And most of the major influence right now is not going to come from the big name people. Most of the influence right now is going to come from people like you, like me, lions that understand it's time for us to roar. It's time for us to rise up and do what we are put here on this earth to do. It's time for us to band together. It's time for us. The one thing I did enjoy, and people were making mockery of this also from President-elect Biden's speech, when he kept talking about it's time to heal the land. And then I started getting agitated when I started listening to commentators who got out. Oh, he's talking about heal the land. It's time to roar. There you go, Chris. He's talking about heal the land. It's too many other things. We need some meaty agendas. Well, listen, if the people are not healed, and I want you to hear me real good. If the people are not healed, you talking about the economy is not going to do a thing. If the people are not healed, if the hurt, the sickness, the division, the hatred, all of these elements that make up for humanity, if all of that is missing and not healed, all that other stuff doesn't mean a hill of beans. Do not buy into that racist supremacist idea that the answer to everything is the green dollar. No, green is not your answer. Gold is not your answer. The stocks are not your answer. All of that stuff is not your answer, because at the end of the day, if we are not healed, if we can't love one another, if we can't stop being lynched in the street, if we have to keep saying, I can't breathe, if we have to keep going through all of these travesties for all people, not just Black people, but we definitely are high on the number for statistically running up the highest percentages of being abused and misused. But listen, they abusing and misusing a whole lot of people. If we don't heal that, I don't care how you talk about the economy. I don't care how you talk about money. Listen, at the end of the day, money is not going to go with you when they put you in that ground or wherever you go after you take your last breath. Money is not going to help you one doggone bit. Speaking of, I'm going to tell this quick little story. It's kind of humorous. The lady said she was married to a man that was abusive and wouldn't share his money, and he was filthy rich. And she had to ask for every little thing. She had to get his permission for this and that and the other. And he was tight and wouldn't release the money. And so on his deathbed, he told her, now, I want you to make one last promise before I die. And she said, what is it? He said, when I die, you put every penny of my money in that casket and bury it with me when I die. So she walked, he took his last breath. She walked up to the casket. She viewed him one last time. And she said, darling, I'm going to do just what you asked me to do. And she put that check in his pocket and told him, close the lid. When you get finished. You can't take it with you. I don't care what you do. You can't take it with you. So I'm sitting here and I'm saying to you, at the end of the day, we've got to heal the land. And I feel like Joe is right on point. Joe is perfectly on point. The first thing, and so what did he start addressing? Put your mask on. I implore you. I beg you. Please, please, please put your back. Thank you for the biddies. Thank you for the biddies. At the end of the day, we've got to get COVID-19 under control. So, beloved, I'm going to ask you, while we talk about what Biden brought to us on yesterday, and I'm proud to say he's my president. I don't have to drop my head. I don't have to be embarrassed. I can say I'm proud to say he's my president. And as he said, let's pay attention to what we need to do with the mask. Put the mask on. Let's look at what needs to happen. I know we want to see one another and our loved ones for Thanksgiving, but pay attention, y'all. If you have to shut it down, shut it down. And I'm saying to you, shut it down. Our family has agreed to shut it down. And we're looking at ways how we're going to make this work and how we're going to make it happen, even for those of us that are together in Kansas City, but no travel for the out-of-towners. We've got to get this under control so we can hit the streets come January 20th. And I want you to bear that in mind. If we do it now, and that's what they've been saying all this time about this joker in the White House. If he had just done this from the beginning, we would be in a totally different situation right now if we had just done it then. So let's do it now. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Now, while I look at all of the things that have happened for those that are really, really struggling, mentally, emotionally, leaders around the world are saying, welcome back, America. Thank you, SK. And let me talk about that for a minute. The whole world, and I posted a picture of Kamala and Joe Biden together. And just one word to my post: breathe. BREATHE. It's like we can finally breathe again. We can find, was that Tony Braxton? If I could breathe again. I'm like, listen, everybody that's got some sense is breathing again, because, well, you know what? This joker ain't no telling what he's gonna do before we get to January the 20th. He's firing folk by Twitter. Who does it? Y'all thought I didn't have him, didn't you? I got to throw some shade on that. Who fires employees via Twitter? Who? Tell me who. I wonder who. I just want to know who fires your people via Twitter. Are you insane? Have you lost your mind? What are you doing? This joker sends out. Now, I want you to hear, because I listened to a lady from Boston University, and Joe and Mrs. I gotta take my shades off so I can read. They're gonna have to bring it, or they can have it too. Everybody's gonna have to bring it. I'm with you on that, Monica. We got to have something that's going to show change in this world. We ain't for just doing the same stuff over again. So at the end of the day, I sure can't do double shades. I can barely do one shade. These old eyes trying to see in the dark. It's starting to get light here. Y'all can see the light starting to come in here in sunny California, because it's getting to be late enough that we can have some sunrise. I looked and I said, this man just will not stop his shenanigans. He doesn't have a mind. He doesn't have anything, Chris. The man is insane. Now, I tell you what, talking about funny videos, have y'all seen the video that's going viral of Trump in the room with a bunch of kids playing? And so they come and tell him, it's time to go. It's time to go. And he's screaming and he's rolling in the floor and he's kicking and he's hollering and he's having a tantrum. Baby, I love that video. I watched it 2 or 3 times because I could see him. They said everybody and their mama Everybody and their mama in his family has tried to tell him to vacate. And he's just having a tantrum. He's rolling in the floor. Sources are saying Melania's tried to talk to him. That orange dust, that dastardly deed of dismissing employees on Twitter. He ought to be ashamed of himself. Monica, that's one of my favorites. He's rolling in the floor. He's kicking. He's screaming. They pull him out by... Mr. President, you gotta go. You gotta go. They pulling him out by his arms, by his ankles, any way they can get a hold of him. He's tantruming. And unfortunately, that is a true depiction of this maniac. This man is so childish and so immature. They said the family members have come and tried to talk to him. Various ones in the cabinet have tried to talk to him. And this is where I have to shade one more time. Everybody's tried to talk to him except for Mitch McConnell. Mitch! Why isn't Mitch gone? Why isn't Mitch gone? I have to lower my voice because it's still 6 o'clock here in California. Why isn't Mitch gone? Mitch needs to be gone. That man got on TV yesterday. You know he's not leaving without a fight. I know it, Chris. That man got on television yesterday with his speech. As with other Republicans, and the other children in the room are calmer than he is, SK 8843. Everybody's calmer than he is as he's kicking and screaming, and they just pull him out and sanitize the White House. Well, listen, speaking of sanitizing the White House, how about this new outbreak? How about the new outbreak in the White House? And I'm looking at Ben Carson, and I'm looking like, do you not hear Herman Cain crying from the grave, saying, don't do it, don't do it. And here you sit your haunches up here like you don't have any better sense than to join the number. And now this is, y'all know, my pet peeve. Anybody that watches Yes You one-on-one, no, Yes You and Friends is when I said it. I've said it on Yes You OQ one-on-one, just me and you. But y'all know I said it first and loudest with my friends. No meds, no beds. I'm going to say it again. No meds, no bed. If you've been running your tail around here with no mask and you have not been social distancing and you have not followed any of the guidelines that the CDC put out here to keep yourself safe, no meds, no beds when you come down with COVID. Come on, Chris. Hashtag it. No meds, no beds. Because listen, this is what made me absolutely infuriated with Ben Carson in his response. If you heard him, no meds, no beds. And this is exactly why I said it, y'all. He said, I am thankful that I have access to therapeutics that will help me to recover, and I'm in good spirits. That's why I said no meds, no beds. Because while you have access to therapeutics, and this man was a neurosurgeon, I can't understand it to save my life. You understand. You have access. But as 250 some odd thousand people lie dead in their graves because they did not have access and they did not have the ability to get the meds and the therapeutics that you're getting as you flaunted around in that hotspot scenario to praise the Trump for his winning the election with his lying tail. And you sitting up in there with them looking stupid. And now that you and Meadows and 5 or 6 other folk that we know of, and who knows how many that we don't know of, now that y'all sitting up sick with the COVID-19, now that you're sitting up needing to recover, you're taking meds and beds that other people who really had no way of avoiding the virus and many do not have means for the therapeutics. You're sitting up talking about, I feel confident and hopeful and in good spirits. I can't take it. I can't take it. And how dare you disrespect and disregard the lives of your Black brothers and sisters that lay smoldering in their graves, and we are highest on the risk list, and you feel in good spirits as you're grateful for therapeutics. Y'all know I miss my sound effects right here, because he'd be getting all kind of sound effects, all kinds of sound effects and pictures. Could it be the devil? I'm not impressed. Ben, sit down somewhere, have a seat, have 2 seats, have a whole pew. And see, this is exactly for everybody that was so upset with me. The devil ain't nothing but that slimy old devil. Everybody that was upset with me on no meds, no beds. This is exactly and precisely the reason why I said no meds, no beds. Because you walked into, and now this is the thing about Meadows. Meadows attended the session and he knew he was infected. Could it be the devil? Ain't nothing but that old slimy devil. You tell me how you go someplace and you know you're infected. And then this is the kicker to that. Now they're coming out. Do we have another hot space? Is this another hot spot spreader event? And folks that were in that room are saying they are not going to quarantine. Well, at the end of the day, they have no regard, Monica, no regard, none at all, none at all. And see, this is where I'm saying, as we move into the realm of healing, if you don't heal the people's minds, I don't care if you do get a vaccine. If you do not heal the people's minds where they could care less about you, they could care less about their fellow man, we've accomplished absolutely nothing, even if our economy is boosting, even if our economy is booming. If we don't care about our brothers and our sisters and their welfare, and we don't heal that, if we don't heal, we've done nothing. Good morning, King Kuji. Good morning. And so I stand with President-elect Biden in saying that one of the first things that we need to do is heal the people. What has HUD done to help poor people stay safe, Mr. Carson? What improvements did you bring to housing? Nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Say it again. Nothing. He's done nothing. But he has therapeutics. And so he feels in good spirits while people lie on their sick bed right now, dying from COVID-19. I'm going to say it again. That's why I said no meds, no beds. If you have flagrantly and brazenly gone out and done stupid things to expose yourself, and you knew you were exposing yourself, sit down somewhere, cough, and hope you can make it. Now, speaking of, how about the blessing that Pfizer came out and said that they believe they have something that has been 90% effective. Yeah, y'all give King Kuji some love. Check him out on his channel. Go out and support him. He's a brother out there making it happen. Tune in to him. Give him all your love, support. Give him some subs. Come on with it. Thank you, King Kuji, for coming. Now, at the end of the day, Pfizer has come out with something that they're saying is 90%. Thank you for the shout out. Thank you for the shout out. 90%. Now, Trump and his folk ran quickly to try to claim it. And Pfizer came right back. I love it, y'all. Pfizer came right back. Oh, you're so welcome, Kuji. Pfizer came right back. And he said, listen, Pfizer said we didn't take one dime of Trump's money that he put out there because they did not want to come under scrutiny that it was not a safe vaccine and they were just doing it and running and hurrying up trying to do it because of this money incentive. And they wanted to distance themselves from Trump. Smart people. These were smart people. Pfizer, hats off all day long. So Pfizer has come out with something that's 90%. And Pence, but honey, Pfizer made it plain. This ain't got nothing to do with Trump. It has nothing to do with this administration. We are completely independently. We did it on our own. We did not take one filthy red cent. Clap, 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 cheer, hooray. You go, Pfizer. So Pfizer has come out, and who's mad but the devil? Don Jr. They just waited a week after the election to try to make my dad look bad, and so he wouldn't win the election. Now, I hear some concession in that statement that Don knows your daddy didn't win the election. Let's start there. Let's start there. Your daddy didn't win the election. That's right. Pull him out of the toy room, kicking and screaming. He did not win the election. Number two, why should they try to rush to bring something out? Because they knew, and this is why I think Pfizer distanced themselves. They refused to take one red cent so that Trump could not say, look what we did. And Pence came out right away trying to attach the administration to the finding of this potential aid in COVID-19. And like SK 8843 said, Pfizer made it plain. Do you hear me? Make it plain. Make it plain. Make it plain. What you saying? What you saying? What you saying? Make it plain. Y'all didn't have nothing to do with this. And Donald Trump Jr. is trying to make a reservation now. Make a reservation for your prison cell. Ooh, I'm trying to tell you, because that's the only place they need to go is straight to jail. They need to go straight to jail with no meds and no beds. Straight to jail. No meds and no beds. So at the end of the day, I am glad, I'm hopeful. They're still saying nothing may not be available until after the first of the year. That's what people with common sense, I know, Johnny, it's the cracks. It's the cracks. SK doesn't play. Oh, SK doesn't play. Yeah, Monica, he's so sad because he knows what's coming. They're going straight to jail. You hear me? Straight to jail. Pass go. Go straight to jail. So at the end of the day, there's hope. And that is where I wanted to go with that kind of in closing. There is hope in spite of the situation, in spite of the scenario that we've gone through, in spite of what we've seen with the scenario of the tragic and terrible handling of COVID-19. Again, when I see Joe and I see Kamala, I say, breathe, 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 breathe. In the works. And listen, bye, 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 goodbye all day long. At the end of the day, you know, it's like we're coming out of this horrible 4-year nightmare. It's like, can I please wake up from this? Can I please open my eyes one day? And I said, I'll be so happy when nobody cares about a tweet from Donald J. Trump. I'll be so happy when I don't hear his name. I'll be so happy when we can just go on. Now, a change has got to come. And I said this, and I'm going to continue to say this to my lions. Hey, this whole pride, PRIDE of lions, I'm telling you, all of this year of 2020 was to bring us to a point of revelation. And that's my word for the day, is revelations. I want us to take what we have seen and what we have manifested. Now, I know for some people, there's that whole element of spiritual thought leader. We come on here because we want the energy, we want the love, we want the all of that, you know. And I hope that today is not a downer for you, but today is a little bit different because I am talking and exposing. And for us to walk clearly into a new world, for us to walk clearly, clear-eyed into a new existence, we've got to deal with the revelations that we've seen in 2020. Hey, now these are my regular glasses, so I'm gonna leave these on. So these are my shade glasses, Monica. And you know, I'm kind of changing up a little bit because I'm in Cali and I got to do a little bit different with my studio. But this is my unshade prop. This is my unshade prop. So at the end of the day, I'm looking is at the reality. We started, and I got a friend, Royal Confessions is on here. We talk about iron sharpens iron. We started sharing and feeding one another back in 2019. That 2020 was all about clear vision and stuff that we were going to see like we'd never seen before. Stuff that we had never and listen, we knew it was there. The United States knows it's a racist country. I don't care how much they in God we trust, God bless America, and all of that. At the end of the day, there's so much hatred here. There's so much division here. And what 2020 has done, there's so much hypocrisy here. I got to go there. There's so much hypocrisy here that 2020 had to pull the cover off of all of that. SK8843, you're right. We will keep pushing. We will keep working. We will keep marching, keep voting, keep demanding, keep on keeping on. There's no quit in this. No quit. Absolutely no quit. None. Stick and stay till they carry us away. We are here. We're at this place in destiny. And those of you that are listening to my voice, you're part of this destiny. I got to get that down in your shando. It's not about looking to this person, looking to that person and the other. I got a cousin that started, as a matter of fact, I had my Sparkle Peach t-shirt on. I don't know if Ann's in here today or not, but I had my Sparkle t-shirt on earlier. I had to take it off because I was trying to do my background. It kept blending into my background and in my green screen. So I had to take it off. And nonetheless, sparklepeach.org. We got an individual that says, hey, there are young ladies that find themselves in situations where they need feminine hygiene products. They need help. They need assistance. They need attention. Let's make an organization that meets that need, that is available to them, and any other things along the way that we can give as it comes known and comes to light. Let's do that thing. Boom. There it is. She does it out of her pocket. She begins to ask and bring people together. She starts going to corporations, and right now corporations are responding to her. Corporations are moving and doing and helping, and individuals are coming together. And Sparkle Peach, I hope that Sparkle Peach ends up on top of the top. It's an individual from St. Joseph, Missouri that sees a need that's not being met and says, I'm not going to talk about the change that needs to happen. I'm going to be the change that I want to be. Come on, Sparkle Peach is a real ministry. It's a real, and it's not because she's churchy. It's not because she's running around with all of this Paula White, Kenneth Copeland religion, beating people over the head. Do you know Jesus? You need it. No, it ain't none of that. Real ministry that says, people have needs, and because I love them, because I love you, I'm going to do what a person that really has God in them and the Spirit of Christ in them. I'm not going to preach at you and try to be churchy. I'm going to meet the need. And I'm going to do it with love. And I'm not going to do it and put you on Front Street and have my camera crew standing by so they can take pictures of everything I did so that everybody can give me accolades. I don't care if you get embarrassed because I'm trying to show how good of a person I am towards you. No. I'm just feeling a need. That's it, Coogee. Feel a need. Come on. One of the best Pixar movies, such a positive quote. Just feel the need. See a need, feel a need. That is what we are in right now. See a need, feel a need. And that's why I'm saying to you, Lions, that's why I'm saying to you, all of the revelations that we've seen in 2020 is so we can see a need, feel a need. Trump and his dastardly deeds exposed so many places to see a need. Come on, y'all preaching this morning. See a need, feel a need. Take those revelations. And what was the purpose of it being revealed? So that you could see a need and feel a need. Y'all better preach up in here. And so the revelation had to come. Hear me. I even understand as a spiritual thought leader, when I talk about the insanity of a Paula White that's carrying on that foolishness, of a Kenneth Copeland that's carrying on that foolishness. I understand even from the spiritual leader perspective. I see a need. I feel a need. I can teach you the love of God without all the antics and bring me your pocketbook and lay it up here and let me strip it bare while I laugh all the way to the bank and fly home in my jet. I see a need. I can feel a need. I look at the people all over this country that have shown up as, oh my God, the 500 and something little babies that are down there with no parents, see a need, feel a need. When I look at our veterans who are out in the streets because we've abandoned them in their time of need, see a need, feel a need. Am I talking to anybody? I look at the mentally ill, that funding has gone away and evaporated into thin air, and they have no place to live and no way to get medication. See a need, feel a need. Are y'all hearing me? Y'all listen, y'all got me up in here today. The revelation came, it's been revealed. Now see a need, feel a need. We see all of the different things that have happened as we've sheltered in and as we've been, and some of y'all are getting the time because you're sheltering it at home. There are things that have been happening in your very home that you were not aware of, that you were not really, there's a neighbor next door, there's somebody down the street. It may even be right inside the four walls of your house. See a need, feel a need. That is the purpose of the revelation. Come on and say amen. I see you. I see you, Rebel. Say amen up in this house. See a need, feel a need. The purpose for all of this being manifested was not for us to have something to gossip about. It wasn't for us. Now I'm going to say this, because I'm identifying it and exposing it is not gossip. We've got to know the difference between when somebody's just trying to gossip for gossip's sake and when somebody's exposing. Listen, these jokers have been exposed. Those videos have gone viral because it needed to be exposed. It needed to be exposed. And I'm talking about it here today because it needs to be addressed since it's been exposed. But now that it's been exposed, see a need, feel a need. Are y'all hearing me? We don't need to build 14,000 more churches to seat 20,000 people, and then they leave that 20,000 seat congregation to go out and be hungry, destitute, can't pay their bills, none the better. What is the purpose if we're not going to see a need and feel a need? If it's just about me getting rich, if it's just about me building a home, buying a new car, getting a jet, then that is not what it's about. That's not ministry. See a need, feel a need. So I'm talking to people that are listening to me right now. And I'm saying to you, there is a dream. There's a vision. There's an idea. There's a business. You are an entrepreneur. You've got something in you that God put in you from the foundation of the world. And 2020 brought the revelation and the need for it. What you have, somebody needs it. What you've got, somebody's waiting on it. What you've got, God ordained for this hour and this time for it to come forth. Now see the need and meet the need. Are you hearing me? Feel that need. That's why the revelation came. That's why for this very day, for this, yes, Roar, good to see you, Mike City. You are all about it, sir. And I'm here to tell you, you're not here by accident. Shelby's not here and doing what you're doing by accident. It is your time to rise up as lions and roar. Roar. See that need and feel that need. That's why 2020 was the year of revelations, so that we could begin to walk as a pride, Pride, as a pride of lions. It's time, Shelby. It's your time, sis. It's your time. It is your time. It is your time. See the need, feel the need, do what it is that you were created from the very foundation of the world to do. For this purpose, you were born and birthed into this world. See that need, feel the need, and be that lion. Roar, roar, roar. This Pride of Lions is relentless. You're going to hear us roar. I want you to understand it. Ooh, and as it continues to play out in the days that lie ahead, as things are revealed to you, as the revelations come to you, as the manifestation is made known to you, see a need, feel a need. And some of you are going to network that, because you're going to see a need, and that may not be the need for you to feel it personally, but you're going to network and feel it with someone else. I'm going to say this for Shelby. Shelby does interior design. I can't feel that need. But listen, if I see a need and somebody has that need and Shelby's interior design can feel that need, guess what? I'm going to feel the need with Shelby. It doesn't mean I have to feel it with Spiritual Thought Leader. Am I making sense? I'm going to see the need and feel it. And this is why the pride, Pride, the pride of lions is coming together, because it's also so that we can network. When I don't have what you need, that's okay, because I know somebody who's got what you need. And I'm going to fill in that hole with the person or the persons that you need. It may not be me, but I got somebody that can do it, and they can do it well. That's it. The network is going to make it work. Are y'all hearing me today? Revelations 2020, the revealing, or can I say it this way? The unveiling. And I want some of you that are listening to me right now, I need you to say, today is my unveiling. It's my revealing. Today is my unveiling. Today is my unveiling. Woo! I'm trying to turn my head to block that sun so I don't turn into one big old black dot. But y'all know what I'm saying. Today is my unveiling. It's my revealing. Revelations. That's it. Today is my unveiling. Today is my unveiling. And I want you to get up every day. I want you to get up every day unveiling. Oh, come on. I love it. I love it. I love it. King Coogee, before you can help others, though, love yourself first. You better preach. Preacher, love yourself first every day. You can't help others from a place of hurt. Come on. Come on. Preach, preach, preach. See, this is why. This is yes, you. Oh, cute. One-on-one, just me and you. Because it's not just me talking. It's y'all talking to me too and talking to your brothers and your sisters. It's us talking to one another. All of this up in here. All of this up in here. This is good stuff. Oh, you ain't got to be sorry, Shelby. You ain't got to be sorry. For this purpose and for this hour. Everybody under the sound of my voice. Today is your unveiling. Today is revelations. Be it revealed. What's been revealed has come so that you can be revealed. Are you hearing me? I'm going to say it one more time. What has been revealed came so that you could be revealed. And that's my word for today. I know I got started a little late. Thank you all for your patience. I'm glad for everybody that's in the house. I love y'all. I love y'all. You know I love you. We had a little difficulty this morning getting on. You all were determined to come in and hang with me, regardless of the difficulties. And that determination speaks volumes of who you are and what you're about. You were determined to get here, and you were determined. Hey, you got here right on time, Mike. You right on time. Yes, you are. So that is my word. Today's word, revelations. Revelations. And the revelations that came in 2020 were really so that you could be revealed. Now, what I want you to do, today's your unveiling. Do the work. Flow. And I almost don't want to call it work, because really what's going on in the universe right now, it's so much about the gifting that God has given you that it's not even going to feel like work. It's going to be something that you're loving and enjoying. You have a meeting with your boss this Thursday. He told, oh, come on. He'll more than likely let me go. Listen, at the end of the day, it's a release for you. It's an unveiling. It's the unveiling, sis. It's the unveiling. So at the end of the day, don't be discouraged. What's been revealed, the revelations of this year, was so that we could come to the revelation of you, the unveiling of who you are. I love y'all. Come on, y'all give it up for Shelby. Y'all give it up for Shelby. All kind of love, all kind of energy, everything coming your way. Don't be afraid. Don't be frightened. It's the unveiling. Well, it's another day of Yes You, and I pray and hope that you've enjoyed what we've shared here on today. Rebel, are you in the studio? I'm getting ready to close it down. She's been such a help to me, and she's been helping me all along the way. Oh my God. I love y'all. I love y'all. Well, as we always say, as we close it out, if you don't deal with it, it will deal with you. And as I always say, I want you to have peace for your journey. I love you.